This is muted, my bad. Hello again, hi. We are in the midst of talking to Nayuta now, who has now confessed that he was actually the murderer of Inga, but we all know that that's not true, and he's definitely being used by Garen, so now we have to get through him to get to Garen. Fun times. Also, last video, we actually went through the last to be continued for this, so that means we're getting close to the end of this case.
Hold it!
You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer?
Yeah, it's fishy. Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself.
Prosecutor Sanmari has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to Queen and country.
Without a monarch on the throne, Karayan would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known.
What a bunch of baloney! I'm going to ask you again, Nayuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga?
Yes. No matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable.
Hold it!
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered.
There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple.
Ugh. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nayuta? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this.
I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart.
It's not going to be easy either way. Prosecutor Sumari, what was the motive for your crime?
I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga. Which is full of baloney. I mean, maybe he was trying to do a coup, but you're not a killer.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that?
Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul.
So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen?
Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world.
But if spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite?
I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire to struck, as sporadic as that was. It was, therefore, something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it.
A meaningless whim?
It's hard to press a statement like that.
Now, if I may return to my testimony.
Hold it!
Divine judgment?
Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother.
Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you?
No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrifice my soul to protect this kingdom's future.
Ugh, snap out of it already, Nayuta!
So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him?
Well, Amara expressed a similar motive.
As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged a crime. Is that how it went?
Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself.
Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Nayuta, could it be you
Didn't know Nana's real identity. Like that.
You didn't realize that Nana was actually Queen Amara, your own mother.
That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all.
Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt.
No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother.
Oh! Huh? That's weird. The picture? Are you sure about that?
I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. It was a couple years after Apollo left.
Nayuta, please add that last statement to your testimony.
I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her.
Hold it!
15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Dirk helped Queen Amara escape?
Agents of the Crown pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live a life on the run. Mr. Justice, know that Dirk sent you away so that you would not be caught up in that life we led.
I see. Thanks. I can't believe it's been 15 years.
Apollo, there's something about Nayuta's testimony.
Yeah, that discrepancy's a bit hard to miss. But what could it mean?
So Nayuta got to meet his mother back when Dirk rescued her.
That's what he's saying. It's news to me, though. I had already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it?
We're gonna present the photo, that's what we're gonna do. To the last statement.
Objection!
You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago.
That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. It has to be because you don't even remember her, Apollo.
Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago.
He said that.
He did, but if we take that, what he said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, we're gonna bring out something into the light.
This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old?
The baby. Who is the baby?
Take that!
I think we can all guess at this point.
Nayuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right?
Dirk was trying to cover for someone else.
He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something.
Apollo, if this baby isn't Nayuta,
Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run?
what?
Looks like a yes.
And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garen's every command? You presume too much. Ah, and that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child.
A child born 15 years ago. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now.
We know someone there.
This is just a guess. But I believe I know who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago.
Surprise! It's Rafa!
All those strange statements she kept making, now they all make sense. Prosecutor Samadi, may I ask you something?
Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother. And only yesterday.
Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child.
I see. Discipline.
I cannot accept this.
Is something the matter, Your Benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. Now I see, Nayuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was...
Hold it. Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you are about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners. They're not sinners, and you know that, Nayuta!
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. Ugh. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear for your siblings' reputation.
Where are the assassination files?
Take that!
And that is...
a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of a particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garen, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you.
Is that Rafa?
Hold it! Nayuta! Have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me?
You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I. Yes, she does!
No, I cannot accept that. What you say it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you?
Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Who thinks like that?
Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Kurayan until the day Rafa succeeds me.
Are you sure? I feel like you're gonna kill her.
For that is what is best for our kingdom.
I know, Your Eminence.
Yours is no small sacrifice. But I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper.
That is all I can ask for with my meager existence.
Nayuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future. No, the Nayuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this.
Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
Hell no! You hold the Just hold it on. Just hold on for a sec. I was about to say the F word. Don't want that.
You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuta. But I know that, deep down, there is still hope in your heart.
Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me.
It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me and Dirk together, as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Ah, this track! Where's the badge?
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. Did he take your attorney's badge too?
No, I thought it strange, but... just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind.
So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk, why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath.
A dragon never yields, right?
Exactly! Nayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Kurayan's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny.
You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will because you still believe that all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you?
You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me.
Save you?
Yes, save me. Like he did on that day.
Nayuta! Apollo! Hold on! I'm coming!
Do I have to do crying kids again?
What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nayuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me, understand?
Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps, deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father.
Nayuta,
I knew you, however, it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered, along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please, try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way.
but
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat.
ugh.
Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will.
Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second! What do I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's gotta be some way to save Nayuta.
Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal.
So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara,
Right. Nayuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal.
but I thought there wasn't any evidence left. Oh, we have evidence! Because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new.
Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo.
Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Garin with somewhere. Topple Garin with.
Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation with in there.
Got it.
We do have something. Dirk did discover something new within those 20 years.
If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait! About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well, then. What is the source of your new information about that case from 23 years ago?
Literally the very first thing we received in this game.
Take that!
A photograph. Yes, Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that. The truth is, he was my biological father. Oh?
What?
What a twist! Why, of course, with his photo and her benevolence.
Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karayan, we can witness the final memories of the dead!
What utter nonsense! There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze.
That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us.
He dead?
Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for the new victim.
What a waste of time! The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
What are you scared of, Garin?
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So, we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance.
You can't stop us!
Why, you...
Your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course! Leave it to me!
Oh, she's so excited now.
Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. All right.
We're gonna do it! You can't stop us!
Now, Your Benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
We're gonna let her do her song and dance and the divination to happen, and we're gonna stop and naturally check it out in the next video. This is going to be the last time we will see this dance. So that sure looked like he didn't die from a fire, and it looked like he got stabbed in the back. Also, baby Apollo with his little sprouts. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. That was a trip. Holy crap. Are you okay, Apollo? So those were my father's final moments.
That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo.
I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead?
Yes, please proceed. Which we will do in the next video, so I'll see you guys then. We're so close to the end.